Let us do this example 3.9 to understand the meter bridge further. So in a meter bridge, figure 3.27, the null point is found at a distance 33.7 from A. So here was point A, here was point C. So this null point is found at a distance 33.7. So this was whole meter wire. So initially this was at 33.7 meters. So where Ig becomes 0. This is the first case. If now the resistance 12 ohm is connected in parallel with S. So what we have here, we had resistance R, here we had resistance S. So previously this was only S, this was only R, then we get this. In the next case, again A and C, this is the wire. So R remains same, the known resistance remains same. A 12 ohm resistance is connected in parallel. So S was already there, and a 12 ohm in parallel. 12 ohm in parallel. Here you can see that if 12 ohm was in series, I would have been made like this. So we can directly add S plus 12, but it is in parallel, it is not in series. So we have to calculate the series sum of the equivalent resistance. Then in this case, null points occur at 51.9 centimeter from A, from this side. So 51.9. So these are two conditions. So initially we had R unknown, this is unknown, this is also unknown. This S was also unknown. Initially we take only S, but when we increase this S by some value or decreased, we change this S with adding a 12 ohm resistance in parallel. This length becomes 51.9 from 33.7. This null length is when Ig is 0, bridge is balanced. So these are two conditions when bridge is balanced. Now determine the value of R and S. So we have to calculate both R and S. So let us see what is the first case. In first case, we see R upon 33.7 must be equal to S upon 100 minus 33.7. 100 minus 33.7 is 66.3. So R upon S, taking S this side, 33.7 this side. So we get this first equation. R upon S is equal to this 33.7 upon 66.3. This is our first equation. Now after S is connected in parallel resistance with 12 ohm, the resistance across the gap is changing from S to S equivalent. So now we have to calculate the parallel resistance. So you know from parallel resistance formula, S equivalent for parallel is equal to 1 upon S plus 1 upon 12. So taking this common, so this becomes 12S and this is 12 plus S. This is 1 by SQ. So what is S equivalent? S equivalent is 12S upon 12 plus S. So here we have 12S upon 12 plus S. This is the equivalent resistance when we have this added 12 ohm resistance added in parallel. So this is the new resistance of this arm. Now in this case what are the length? So we have R upon 51.9 is equal to S upon this 100 minus 51 upon 51.9, that is 48.1. But now S is S equivalent. So R upon S equivalent, this is equal to 51.9 this side. So R upon S equivalent is equal to 51 upon 9 upon 48.1. So R upon S equivalent is equal to 51.9 upon 48.1. Now putting the value of S equivalent. So what we have, R upon S equivalent. Now S equivalent is R upon 12S, and this goes upside, S plus 12. So this is the new equation. This is the new equation. So we have these three equations, 1, 2 and 3. Now let us solve these equations. Substituting the value of R by S, so we know this. Let us again rearrange this. So we have this new equation, 51.9 upon 48.1, that is equal to R upon S, and here we have S plus 12 by 12. So this R by S we know from here, that we know. So putting this value, so 51.9 upon 48.1, this S plus 12 upon 12 is already here. This R by S is 33.7 by 66.3. Once you solve this, how can you solve this? You solve this by like this, 51.9 upon 48.1 into, this goes up, 66.3 upon 33.7, and this 12 also goes upside. This 12 also goes upside, 12. Now this is S plus 12. This is S plus 12 equal to. So when you calculate this number, once you are done with this number, you have to minus 12. When you are done with this number, you have to minus 12. This number comes out to be 25.5. 25.5. And this is S plus 12. Now what is S? S is equal to simply 25.5 minus 12, that is 13.5. So S is 13.5 ohm. So we know, now we know what is the value of S, and we know the value of R by S. So from this first equation, so S is 13.5 ohm. So R is simply 13.5 into 33.7 divided by 66.3. So when we solve this equation, we get R is equal to 6.86 ohm. So in this way we can solve, or we can balance the meter bridge and can measure the unknown resistance. The same practical you would be doing in the lab this year. So meter bridge is in our lab and you would be doing this practical. Now let us see the next important topic, potentiometer. So potentiometer is very similar to meter bridge, but it has some different things. Some things are different. So here it is shown the construction of a potentiometer. So let us first see what is a potentiometer. So here you can see a potentiometer, G is a galvanometer. So there are two figures shown for a potentiometer, figure 2, figure 1. A galvanometer is connected to this potentiometer, and R a variable resistance of rheostat. So this R is a variable resistance connected to this potentiometer. 1, 2, 3 are terminals of a two-way key. So this 1, 2 and 3 are terminals of this two-way key. Two-way key means you can have key placed here. So current goes in line 1. If you have current placed in gap 2, not in 1, so current goes this way. So this is called two-way key. Now there are two circuits of this potentiometer. Circuit A is for comparing EMF of two cells. Circuit B is determining the internal resistance of a cell. So this potentiometer is a very powerful device we can use in two ways. So in this first case we can compare EMF of two cells. In second case we can measure the internal resistance of a cell using this potentiometer. This potentiometer has generally a very long wire, generally 10 meter long, in a form of coil like this, in a form of a coil like this. Similar to meter bridge, you place your jockey and move your jockey around, and you note that reading when galvanometer becomes 0. We will see the working of galvanometer in working of this potentiometer in detail, that how does this potentiometer works.